I'm Tommie Lee, and this is your Scam of the Week. Rick Walz with the Better Business Bureau for Northern Indiana is joining us. Rick, how are you today?
Tommie, I'm doing quite well. How about yourself?
Not too bad. What have you got for us today?
Well, it seems to be that graduation time of year again. So this week we're going to talk about college grad scams.
Very timely. Great topic. What do we need to know?
Well, this year's class of college students are getting ready to start their new lives. It's a big transition that includes several changes. And grads will be moving to a new city, finding a new place to live, or searching for a new job. And graduation also means new financial responsibilities, such as starting to make payments on student loans. So while college students are navigating all these life changes, scammers are ready to take advantage of their inexperience. So let's talk first about rental scams. First of all, you got to know how to spot them. Did you see an ad for this gorgeous apartment in a trendy neighborhood at a very affordable price? It just seems too good to be true. Well, as we've said many times, it probably is. And according to a survey by Apartment List, 43% of people looking for rental online have incurred a bogus listing. And in many cases, these scammers simply copy the photo and description of the real property. Then they post it online with their own contact information and try to get a deposit for the first month's rent from the victim. Now, these scammers often lure victims by promising low rent payments, extra amenities, and a great location. But if the price of the rent seems much lower than what the typical price would be for that area, good chance it's a scam. Also, be sure to see that the apartment or the house in person before you commit to a rent, and never ever send money to someone you've never met for an apartment that you haven't seen. So that's just one of them, Tommie. Next, we got grads need to be skeptical and do research before accepting job offers or even interviews. Con artists are skilled at recruiting new grads by offering unrealistic wages for generic job positions such as virtual assistant or customer service rep. I get these things in my email all the time. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm far from a college grad. So they may ask for personal information, including your bank account, social security number, claiming that they need it to set up a direct deposit or to file taxes. So if you're considering a job with a company you aren't familiar with, always research the company directly before you complete an application or even agree to do an interview. That link they ask you to click on to provide your personal information is most likely a scam. So again, make sure that the company has legitimate contact information, and as mentioned before, that the position is posted on the actual corporate website. And of course, always check them out on bbb.org.
And recent graduates also tend to be targeted by unscrupulous people who are sending unsolicited messages regarding unpaid tuition, trying to get money out of them for that.
Oh, yeah, that's another big one, Tommie. So beware of those unsolicited messages about unpaid tuition. These con artists contact graduates or their parents claiming some of their tuition has been left unpaid, and sometimes stating that if it isn't paid immediately, the graduate's degree will be revoked. Then scammers ask you to send money via wire transfer or prepaid debit card. So whether you've been contacted by phone, email, or text message, beware of anyone who contacts you unsolicited. And as we all know, government agencies, as well as most higher education facilities, will first contact you via the regular U.S. mail. If you aren't sure if a letter is legitimate, do some research to verify claims in the letter.
We always say anytime anyone asks you to send money via something that's untraceable, like a wire transfer or prepaid debit cards especially, it's almost always a scam.
Absolutely. Run away from it. And we always say also that if you're going to make a payment, use a credit card, because your credit card is really the only option that will give you some recourse if it turns out to be a scam. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, know the terms of your student loans. Two of the most common ways scammers target college students are with fake loan forgiveness scams and repayment hiatus opportunities. So you may receive an unsolicited email, phone call, or text message stating that you can qualify for lower payments through a debt forgiveness program. To use the company's services, you only need to fill out a form and pay a fee. Sounds real simple. Now, some of these companies are real, but they pitch services with false claims and incomplete information. And other companies are just fakes in general. And after they take your personal information, they're going to steal your money. So familiarize yourself with the specifics of your student loan. Know the interest rate, when your first payment is due, and how long you need to make these payments. These things can safeguard you from falling prey to those scammers.
Absolutely. It's a lot of great information for the class of 2023 to keep in mind. Congratulations to all the recent college graduates out there, and we're just warning you, be on the lookout. People are going to be targeting you for trying to find specific ways to get you off your coin.
No doubt about it, Tommy, and somehow I believe we'll be having the same conversation next year.
Mm-hmm. As always, we remind people to check out the bbb.org/scam tracker website to report a scam, whether you've lost money or not. Also, if you have lost money, let the FTC know at reportfraud.ftc.gov. And you also recommend Googling BBB's top 10 steps to avoid scams. You guys have a lot of information there, too.
Yeah, it's really good generic information on how to spot scams and avoid them.
Things like what we were just saying about prepaid cards and wire transfers.
Absolutely.
Check it all out at bbb.org. Rick Walz with the Better Business Bureau of Northern Indiana. We always appreciate you, and we'll talk again next week.
Thank you, Tommy. Look forward to it.
Podcasts by Federated Media.